I'm scared.
Jared, why are you scared?
Because next segment.
What has to do with the next segment?
It's about ghosts.
Ghosts?
Ghosts.
We don't have any ghosts, especially in the East Campus.
Ghost towns.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ghost towns, like where people desert that town?
Yeah. And then ghosts live there. I think that's how it works.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Who's doing something on that?
Curtis?
Curtis?
He must be brave.
Yeah. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Curtis Black, reporting for NCS TV. Ghost towns. We've all heard of them and always wondered what happened to these small establishments. Well, I've done some research, and did you know that in our county alone, we have had several small towns come and go? Towns like Oronoque, Dinsmore, Devizes, and the list just goes on and on. I'll start with the town of Dinsmore. Dinsmore was established in June of 1888 by John T. Dinsmore. Dinsmore is located in the Solomon Valley, southwest of Norton. In the late 1880s, Dinsmore took off with a bang. The railroad in 1881 sparked the attention of many travelers to this park. Many came and started up strong businesses. Businesses in Dinsmore consisted of a garage business, home lumber company, the Farmer State Bank, a livery barn, a general store and creamery, a hardware business, a farmers and merchants bank, hotel, barber shop, and a post office, all the way up until October 22, 1988. Dinsmore was a very exciting town that hosted many odd events. Dinsmore was home of a few murders, felt 2 earthquakes, one of them a 5 on the Richter scale, and had a perfect view of the meteor that landed in northwest Kansas. The next town on our list is Devizes. Devizes was a small town established in September of 1872. It hosted a few frame buildings and a couple sod houses, and was a perfect trading spot in Norton County. Throughout the late 1880s and 1900s, Devizes flourished with trading. But Devizes fell off the trading route as a railroad was built in the region south of Devizes, causing the trading point to die and Devizes to slowly disappear into history. The next town on the list is Oronoque. Oronoque was a town of great significance when it was around. Oronoque, a once large booming town, was actually at one point larger than the city of Norton. Oronoque acquired the county seat from the town of Leota, which was approximately located where the Key Sibelius Lake is now. The first frame house was built in 1886. Oronoque held many businesses and churches of importance. Businesses in Oronoque were the newspaper called Oronoque Oriental, the Central Grain Elevator, the Oriental Hotel and Livery Stable, the Oronoque Lumber Company, the Masonic Lodge, the Bank Savings Life Insurance Company, the State Bank of Oronoque, and the Oronoque Post Office. The railroad brought a lot of business to Oronoque, but once the railroad started to die down, so did Oronoque, and Oronoque eventually disappeared into history. To this day, there are still a few houses and frame buildings from the old Oronoque establishment, but now it's pretty much just an old farm town. I'm Curtis Black reporting with your Ghost Town segment.
Well, that was good.
And now,
Let's
send it back
to Curtis
with an update
on the news.
In today's news, I have a wide variety of topics to report to you. You ever get those annoying calls during supper? You know, the telemarketers calling and wanting information from you and just hounding you to buy something? Well, as of January 30th, those annoying telemarketing calls could be avoided or even put an end because now telemarketers have to give up their calling ID. Telemarketers are required to show their company name and number on call ID boxes on your telephone, giving you the chance to call them back and tell them to quit calling you or not even answer the phone. In a more local news story, a man from Washington, Kansas was injured when he opened a bomb delivered to him through the mail. No leads have come in yet on who sent the bomb and how it managed to pass through security checks done by the U.S. Postal Service, but this has raised many questions on how well our U.S. Postal Service is actually screening our mail. And now on to a more odd side of news. Herbert Silver, 72, of London, England, called police Thursday, February 5th, reporting the death of his brother, George. Police dispatched to the brother's mobile home were expecting to find a dead body. Instead, they came upon a skeleton of George. A post-mortem found that Herbert had been living with his dead brother for approximately 18 months. I'm Curtis Black reporting for NCS TV News.
Cody.
Jared!
Cody, are you going to wrestling this weekend?
Yeah, probably not.
Why not?
I have to work, unfortunately.
Well, that's too bad because...
Pizza Hut still rules, though.
Yeah. That's too bad, though, because
Yeah.
we're pretty good this year.
Wrestling, yeah. We just won MCL last week.
Yes, we did. So, let's send it to Joel Nielsen with wrestling.
Late in the season, the Blue Jay wrestlers are on a roll. Since last reported on, the Blue Jays placed fourth in the Newton Tournament of Champions, crowning one champion, Michael Sprigg, who pinned his way through the toughest tournament in the state. The Blue Jays followed that with dual wins over Atwood, Hayes High, Kearney, Plainville, and Ellis. They won their fifth consecutive Mid-Continent League tournament by an extremely large 60-point margin. But perhaps bettered that performance with a 40-point tournament victory over 3-1A rivals Hoxie at the Bather Classic last Saturday. This week, the Blue Jays will finish their MCL dual season in Osborne, dueling Hill City and Alton Osborne. From there, on to regionals. Norton looks to take a complete and healthy team into the Norton Regionals, which would be a first this season. Even while suffering through injuries and incomplete tournament rosters, the highly touted Blue Jays have yet to lose to a 3-1A team in tournament or dual action this year and have defeated last year's state champs 4 times in tournaments. However, all the regular season's actions will be disregarded going into regionals next Friday and Saturday, where the Blue Jays look to qualify as many wrestlers as possible in what is shaping up to be the toughest regional in the state, regardless of class. Wrestling will begin at 2 o'clock in the afternoon Friday and will continue through Saturday night.
Cody, did you see the FFA workers the other night?
FFA?
Yeah.
What is FFA?
You know, FFA. FFA.
FFA?
Yeah.
Oh, no, but, first hour, the new multimedia tech students,
Yeah.
they're doing a little thing over them.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's go check it out.
Okay.
There are many clubs and organizations at NCHS. One of the more active ones is FFA. We took a closer look at what FFA is all about.
How could you join FFA?
You have to be able to. You have to take an ag class, and you have to pay $10 and tell Beidler.
How much is it to join?
$10. $5 goes to the state. $250 goes to the district, and the rest goes to the chapter.
And what is the purpose of FFA?
There's a lot of purposes, but the main purpose is to go on through agriculture for people to have a job and to pretty much have fun.
All right, thank you.
How many members are in the FFA chapter this year?
We have about 15 members this year.
What are some of the events that you have participated in?
I went to land judging and dairy judging and ag sales and interview contests. Been doing quite a bit.
How do you think Excels went this last week?
It went pretty good. Probably could have been better, but I think overall we did all right.
What are some of the events coming up?
We got meets judging coming up, and Winter Leadership Conference also.
What is the purpose of FFA week?
FFA week's kind of to give recognition to the FFA and kind of help other people learn what it's about.
Okay, thanks.
This has been a look at FFA. Thanks for watching. Now back to the studio.
Sportsmanship. It's a word everyone here at NCHS has heard recently, but it means different things to different people. Cheering and yelling for their team is one way that many students here at NCHS show their support for Blue Jay athletics. But when does this athletic support become too much? Who decides what is unsportsmanlike and what is appropriate? Recently, I had the chance to interview our principal, Mr. Stoll, about the recent sportsmanship uproar. Mr. Stoll, how important is sportsmanship in Blue Jay athletics?
I think sportsmanship is an important part of any athletic program. When we have active student body involved with what's going on the floor, on the field, or on the mat, it really helps and inspires those people on the floor. And I think with a positive attitude and using positive type of sportsmanship, it's even more of a positive thing for the students that are participating.
When does positive rooting turn unsportsmanlike?
I think it's an issue of when the fans think that the focus should be on them and not on the participants on the floor. And usually what happens is the they draw attention to something negative that happened on the floor, whether it's on our team or on the other team. And anytime you try to point out something that draws a negative reflection upon the integrity or disrespectful action towards another team member, whether it's our team or the other team, I think it becomes unsportsmanlike in a hurry. And I think, with many games, the fans get into the game so much that sometimes they don't realize how far they've gone until the negative action has occurred.
What are some actions that will be taken against those that abuse their privilege to cheer?
Well, I'll probably speak to them, and we've probably already gone through that stage with those individuals who have constantly been negative, and not constantly, but at times get negative towards other participants on the floor or on the mat or whatever, and they'll probably be asked to leave the event. And if we have a problem that continues, it'll be a number of events that they'll miss.
Thank you. Now that we have some rules and guidelines on appropriate conduct at sporting events, let's take a look at some of the students here at NCHS and what they think about sportsmanship.
I feel that Norton has good sportsmanship, and it hasn't got too badly out of hand at the games yet.
Well, my views on sportsmanship are that it's been okay, it's been worse, I guess, and it's not that bad.
Although some may disagree with our chant tactics, I can believe how it seems stuff could get out of hand, but I believe our fans haven't gotten out of hand yet, and I can see how preventing the problem before it turns into a problem can help.
Now we have you guys' opinion on sportsmanship. Now back to Cody and Jared.
All of us at NCS TV would like to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day and a safe snowball.
Goodbye.